You know, it was difficult getting the spices that I'm familiar with here. So, you know, when I got a chance to go to Ghana, you know, I started shipping in my own spices from Ghana. And it's giving the food the authenticity that is required to make it Ghanaian.
Well, speaking about authenticity, let me put that to the test. This is Africa, so we don't use silverware. We go all the way in. We go all the way in. Yeah, so we wash our hands and then we dig in literally. So you got to keep the hands moist. Put that to the side. So describe the food here.
So this right here is akakro, beans, and beef.
Okay.
Stew. So akakro basically is spiced plantain that is crushed or mashed with flour and deep fried to get it to this point. So the beans is black-eyed peas that is stewed black-eyed peas. And then usually we serve this vegetarian, or you can add meat, just like we added the beef stews to you. So that's what you're eating right now. And you tell me how you like it.
What is delicious in Twi?
Ayede.
Food is smacking. Food is slapping. Twi, by the way, is the Ghanaian language and native tongue.
Right.
Twi is spelled T-W-I, right?
Right.
Exactly. So anytime you come into a Ghanaian restaurant and you eat, you look at the server, look him in the eye, and you tell him, de. Welcome. Today we are in Ghana, in a beautiful restaurant known as Appioo, Ghanaian cuisine. I feel like I'm inside Ghana. I feel like I traveled to Accra. It's on 9th Street, just 2 blocks away from Howard University. It's called Appioo Restaurant, Appioo, with Prince Mattey, the head chef and founder and owner of Appioo, with his custom Ghanaian Appioo chef coat. I've noticed you wear a lot of custom chef coats. Are they all from Ghana, Prince?
They are
Oh, wow.
custom made.
Custom made from Ghana. The American chef coats doesn't work well for you.
No, well, no.
All right, so Prince, just a few things I wanted us to know about the culture, about the place, the establishment, the challenges, the good and the bad and the ugly, and of course the delicious food in front of us that I'm going to eat and scatter in front of everybody today. Let's start off with the first question. First question is, tell me how Appioo started. How did this restaurant begin?
Well,
The idea.
you know, I used to work for a West African restaurant
Called?
at Hambuko.
Oh, Bukom, okay.
So, you know, I was mainly like their general manager, sort of, understudy.
Oh,
At a point, you know, I gained experience, and the food was mainly Nigerian kind of, you know, cuisine.
okay.
And we had a lot of requests for Ghanaian food because a lot of people would come there and they would think it's Ghanaian, but it's not. So they asked for something like this that you're about to eat, and we didn't have it. So basically, a friend of mine told me about a restaurant on 9th Street. It was called Rahama. It was situated here
Okay.
in this space. So I came to visit, and I really liked the wache. Everything else wasn't to my standard.
Okay.
So I usually would come here and buy the wache. So one day I walked in here and he said he was selling the place. And I said, why are you selling the place?
Oh.
He said, well, you know, he's just moving somewhere else. So I said, okay. And then he told me the amount.
And you had it in your bank balance.
I didn't have it. I didn't have that. So whilst I was working at the other spot, I met a lot of people. And one of the people was, very close to me. And he always told me about his businesses and, what he does and stuff like that. So I contacted him and I said, because I was trying to do business with him.
Okay.
And the business I was trying to do with him was to go to Ghana and set up party bars. And
was he a Ghanaian?
No, he's from Guyana.
Interesting.
So I called him and I said, this is what I've stumbled on. And,
Yes.
I don't have the money. He said, well, have you studied the business? I said, no. He said, well, what do you have with him now? And I said, I have the purchase agreement and it's 30 days.
Yeah.
So within that 30 days, he told me, go there, work with him, look at the books, see how much is coming in every day, and then we'll take it from there.
Interesting.
So I started working here.
While working in Bukom?
No, I left.
Oh, you left Bukom and started working, okay.
I had left Bukom before I started working with this guy.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't work, it was a survey.
Okay.
I was here, he didn't have a server. This place didn't have a server.
Oh.
It didn't have a bar, it didn't have nothing. It was just a raw hole in the corner.
Speaking of bars, I noticed that you're one of the very few African restaurants that have very good palm wine. Palm wine that's from West Africa, that's one of our staple drinks.
Right.
So this palm wine here, tell me a little bit about this palm wine and let me try and sip it and taste and see how it is.
Well, palm wine basically is from the palm nut tree. So it's a sap from the palm nut tree. And you have the fresh one, which is the one that comes freshly from the palm nut tree. And then they have the one that is fermented.
Fresh from the calabash.
Right. So the fermented one is kind of alcoholic. So
is this alcoholic or not alcoholic?
this like is 0.5 alcohol.
So I won't get drunk. Unless I drink like 30.
Right. Well, if you can.
This is very delicious. This is very delicious. All right, let's hope this palm wine keeps me focused. So, all right, keep going. So that's basically how you came about the whole idea.
Yes.
And then at what point how did you end up raising the funds to start the restaurant? Did you get an investor? Did you use personal loans? Because there's many challenges for African restaurants, even Black-owned restaurants in America. I was in another interview where a restaurateur was, no bank would ever give you money for a restaurant. So what do you have to say about that regarding to how you raise funds?
So as I was saying about this gentleman from Guyana, on the 30th day when my purchase agreement was going to expire,
Yes.
he called me that morning and said,
On the last day?
yes.
Wow.
So, Prince, are you still getting that place? I said, yes. He said, meet me there in the morning. Meet me there by afternoon. I'll meet you there. So he comes here with a check of half of the money. So that was an exciting day of my life.
Now the other half.
I had to work and pay the guy.
Oh, so you basically raised the other half through paying over
Through
time.
working, through operating this place, whilst trying to build a bar.
And getting no paycheck. Basically, your paycheck is going towards the investment.
I didn't have no money.
So you were basically working and not getting a paycheck, and you were a restaurant owner.
Right. That was a big
Wow.
I hustled.
That's how we Africans do it.
Yeah, there will be times where I didn't even have money for gas in my car.
Wow.
And I'll scramble and get $10, put it in the car, just bring me here. At the end of the night, I might find some change. buy gas on the way home.
Wow.
And so, yes, that's how everything started. And my landlord has been good. You know, majority of the time when I'm late, she gives me, you know,
Yeah,
a break.
some buffer, yeah, and which is good.
So yeah, that's how it
Is
started.
your landlord an immigrant or
Ethiopian.
Ethiopian? Okay, so she's one of us.
Yeah.
Our people. She's one of us. So let me go to the second question now. What makes, besides the beautiful Ghanaian decor and the Ghanaian statues, what makes this place more Ghanaian as a cuisine? Outside just, okay, you're from Ghana, you give it a Ghanaian name, give it a Ghanaian brand. What about the food, the beverages, the experience that makes it Ghanaian so that when people walk in here, they feel like they have traveled to Accra, they've traveled to Ghana?
Well, you've already mentioned the decor and the, everything else, but the main thing is the authenticity of the food.
Down to the spices.
The spices come directly from Ghana. You know, it was difficult getting the spices that I'm familiar with here. So, when I got a chance to go to Ghana, I started shipping in my own spices from Ghana. And it's giving the food the authenticity that is required to make it Ghanaian.
Well, speaking about authenticity, let me put that to the test. This is Africa, so we don't use silverware. We go all the way in. We go all the way in. Yeah, so we wash our hands and then we dig in literally. So you got to keep the hands moist. Put that to the side. So describe the food here.
So this right here is akakro, beans, and beef.
Okay.
Stew. So akakro basically is spiced plantain that is crushed or mashed with flour and deep fried to get it to this point. So the beans is black-eyed peas that is stewed. Stewed black-eyed peas. And then usually we serve this vegetarian, or you can add meat, just like we added the beef stews to you. So that's what you're eating right now. And you tell me how you like it.
What is delicious in tree?
Ede.
Food is smacking. Food is slapping. Tree, by the way, is the Ghanaian language and native tongue.
Right.
Tree is spelled T-W-I, right?
Right.
Exactly. So anytime you come into a Ghanaian restaurant and you eat, you look at the server, look him in the eye, and you tell him, meaning that the food smacks. This beans is just, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. This is phenomenal. This is delicious.
Yeah.
So now we've learned how you started. We've learned why this is authentic. The spices are from Ghana. The menu is from Ghana. The chef and his team are Ghanaian. Let's talk a few things about challenges. How many employees do you have in the restaurant?
Well, so if I start from the back of the house, I have one chef and one cook,
Okay.
a sous chef, and a dishwasher. So that makes it 5, including me.
Okay.
The front of the business is a huge challenge.
Tell us about it.
It's not easy to get permanent workers in the front.
Now, why do you think that is the case? Is it in general? Is it because it's an African restaurant? Is it because of the location? What is it?
Combination of things. It's an African restaurant. It's in the basement. It's surrounded by clubs, nightclubs, and all these the industry people who could be working here, all of them want to work in a nightclub.
Why?
They want
more money.
They want to be bottle girls. They like the nightlife, you know. But in terms of making money, I think people who have worked here will attest to the fact that by the end of 2 weeks, they go home smiling. But majority of these people I'm talking about are just passing through, you know.
The industry is a very high turnover.
Right.
Just
so,
in general.
yeah, they come in, they work. When it's time, they get their line of job. They move on. You know, so it's not easy to find people to work. Right now, I have servers from Howard University, and they're not consistent, you know, students. You know, they work the summertime when school opens. They have classes, they have events. So it's not easy for the front especially. And the reason why I also have to work in the back is because I can't find true Ghanaian chef here anywhere.
And there's almost no way to recruit them. You can't just go to Indeed and type Ghanaian chef.
Well, I did Indeed, and I've done it like 3-4 different occasions, and I've never found a chef.
Question: maintaining and retaining good staff and talents. Giving them in the restaurant industry, especially in the African restaurants or Black-owned establishments, we can't afford to give benefits. We can't afford to give different perks that keep and retain good talent or good staff. You think that's also an additional reason to the problem?
It might be, but I haven't really found anybody, you know, to have that discussion with. I haven't found a single person who is vested in the Ghanaian food who wants to work in the kitchen and say, hey, I can't work for you if you don't give me these incentives. I haven't found it. It's 10 years.
I believe that also would help because
but we haven't found it.
We're advocating.
There don't seem to be a pool of that kind of skill in the DMV.
I think that there might be some skill out there. The issue is bringing them together, vetting them, and easily deploying them to different establishments like yours. The African restaurant industry has been around for a while in America, mostly for carry-out or bar. But I feel like now as it enhances and as it evolves and grows, there's a lot of new scenarios that have to happen. There have to be new consortiums, new organizations that will be helping us with certain aspects of our business. And I'm hearing that some of those are coming down the pipeline gradually in the city, in DC, and in the state of Maryland. So, you know, I'm also one of the people that is looking forward to that, and I'll definitely be sharing that more with people like yourself. Last question I wanted to ask now. So now we've talked about the spices, we've talked about the story, we've talked about challenges with employees and employment. Let's just say 10 years from now, what vision do you see for Appioo restaurant? If we all close our eyes and had a dream, 10 years from now, what will Appioo restaurant as, not just as a restaurant, but as a company? What do you see it or what do you want it to be?
Well, you and I have seen the uprising of Afrobeats. Afrobeats has not been complemented with the Afro cuisine, whereby, you know, an Afrobeat artist will come into town and say, hey, I finished my show on the big stage. I want to go to this African restaurant and eat my local dishes. There's none. There might be a couple, but
I've gone to a lot of concerts. I see the point you're making is actually very true.
So I want Appioo to have a street front restaurant with an outdoor seating that can seat at least 110 people indoors.
I don't think bigger, like hundreds.
110.
Okay.
And about 70 people outdoors with a private room with 3 or 4 locations on the East Coast and 1 or 2 on the West Coast. Because like I said earlier, if you see the evolution of Afrobeat, it's everywhere. Afrobeat artists are doing concerts in Asia. Everywhere around the world it's accepted. It's fun, it's loved. So the food has to complement it by providing it so that people are singing, alongside with Burna Boy. They should be eating alongside with Davido.
So, Afrobeat artists, are you listening? We need to start telling them about our food as well. Let's have some songs about our palm oil beans and what's the fried plantain called?
Akakro.
We need a song that the name is Akakro. I mean, that has a good ring to it, So Davido, we're waiting for you to write those lyrics because I will dance to Akakro all day long, I'll bump to the Akakro vibe.
Yep.
Then we get a remix with another artist like, Beyonce to sing the hook on the Akakro.
Get a Ghanaian artist, Black Sherif.
There we go.
Sarkodie and those people.
Black Sherif, they're talking to you.
Yeah, get them on board. Let them, we need to collaborate. Because they have attained the world stage already. So
as that has succeeded, let them pull everything up.
We got to come up.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
So like I said, as we enjoy DC African Restaurant Week, eating real authentic African dishes in different African restaurants. DC is such a beautiful city. There's Ghanaian, there's Gambian, there's Liberian, there's Senegalese, Cameroonian, of course, there's Kenyan, there's Nigerian. With all these, Ethiopian, Egyptian, Moroccan, it's a very diverse city. And I'm really happy that your restaurant has been one of the most popular African restaurants and probably the most popular Ghanaian restaurant in the city. So congrats to you. That means you're doing something very well.
Thank you.
We love your story. And we're definitely going to make sure your story is told. And some of us are advocating to make sure that the African restaurant industry keeps rising, keeps evolving, keeps maintaining the standard of excellence, and keeps contributing to the city as well as the city contributing back to support African restaurants and what they do. There's hundreds of African restaurants generating hundreds of millions of dollars in this metro area. That's that impact. That's impactful right there. You're contributing to that as well. Prince Mattey. Let me finish my food and my palm wine.
Enjoy.
Ede.